You and I are connected on LinkedIn, and I always basically see the deals you're doing flashing up on the screen. Just for the benefit of the viewers, do you want to just tell me how many deals roughly you've done in terms of acquisitions in the last 18 months?
Well, the last 18 months were a super busy period for us because we decided we wanted to get into the self-storage and the workspace sector in a big way. So I initially gave the asset management team 50 million to get us into that sector, and we were literally doing deals as quickly as we could get them. And you know yourself, the market was quite hot in the last 18 months. There was a lot of people wanting to sell and buy. So we probably did on average, one major acquisition a month. It probably would average out at maybe one major acquisition a month.
These guys that teach property, they have a number of strategies. One of them is rent to rent. You go and basically rent a flat and then you let it out by the room and you keep the difference in between. So I've done a video on rent to rent. That's not a strategy I would recommend. The other strategy is a strategy called lease options, where you go to find somebody and you offer to rent their house off them. Now, you take over the mortgage payments. So somebody that's distressed, under pressure, a motivated seller, you take over the mortgage payments and agree to buy the property in 5 years or 10 years time. Again, I'm doing a video on that.
Did you use the word strategy for these? Because they sound to me like different degrees of nightmare outcomes.
These are strategies to people who have got no money. Okay, so do rent to rent. Okay, do rent to rent, do lease options. You're a property entrepreneur. Have you ever heard of anything like this?
That's certainly not a strategy. That's one thing I could tell all your listeners. Take all these wonderful schemes and put them in the nearest dustbin. They will fail. You will lose your shirt. And, the only strategy in property is be very, very careful what you buy. Make sure you've got ownership and make sure you don't run out of cash. That's the only strategy in property.
Just to qualify that last statement, John, when we were talking about strategies, right? So you're a property entrepreneur, okay? What's the volume of deals you've done over the years? If roughly.
It will be, I couldn't even quantify, well over 100 million of deals for sure.
So you've done over 100 million of deals and you've never heard of these strategies like rent to rent and lease option agreements?
Yeah, I think the reason I've never heard of them is my bullshit threshold is fairly high. These are not strategies, okay? It's just, property is property, and that is not a strategy. That's like I don't even know what it is. I don't know how I would describe it. It's nonsense.